Oh, what is this? Just when you think Kanye couldn't get any crazier, he drops a track called HH. It's going viral even though it's banned everywhere basically. I just watched it and I'm cracking up. That's why I'm filming this video now. I wanted to get my reaction. Man, more than 20 years, crazy Kanye keeps pushing it. I was just a kid remembering him first coming out, and he somehow finds a way, but I can't believe he would release something like this. Like it or not, when you censor something that hard, it's just gonna make people want to listen to it more. Everybody probably would have just listened to it one time and said, oh god, what is this? But now they've censored it, now millions more people are gonna look for it, and now it's gonna be stuck in my head all weekend. It's a pretty catchy tune. I'm not gonna, but lyrically it's not that great, definitely. Kanye starts off with a couple short verses about his personal life, but then the whole rest of the song just chants the same three words that I am not allowed to say here. N-I, I'll, H-I. Yeah, most of you guys already know what he says, so I've just checked the lyrics online. I'm not going to make any commentary about that song or anything to do with that period of history, but while I'm making this video, there's some very cool history in here that most people are going to miss. If you've seen the music video, Kanye features warriors dressed in wolf skins, bear skins. Those are Berserkers. Those are the Norse, Germanic Berserkers from their war culture, and this is what I've dedicated most of my life to researching, our spiritual, mythological traditions, our war spirit traditions of the Germanic tribes, and really all related Indo-European peoples. I don't think Kanye threw this in here for some random aesthetic, right? I think he knew exactly what he was doing. I think he's very educated in the subject because of what I'm going to tell you here. So for those who don't know, in ancient Germanic tradition, including the Norse and earlier Indo-European cultures, we had these elite warrior cults, these young bands of men who would dress themselves up. They wore wolf skins, bear skins, boar, dogs of war, whatever. This is all the way from Scandinavia to India, all over the Indo-European culture, and they believed that they could take on a spirit of this animal and even transform, whether symbolically, in some sources, even literally, and they fought in a wild frenzy. In addition to the Viking Berserkers, there is a concept in scholarship going back 2,000 years called Furor Teutonicus. So it's the fury of the Teutons, or the Germanic peoples. The Teutons, the Romans called them something. They were gonna probably partly Germanic, partly Celtic. But yeah, the Latin phrase Furor Teutonicus first attested almost 2,000 years ago, maybe even more, and they describe what they believe to be an outstanding characteristic of the Celt and Germanic tribes that they called the Teutons at the time. That they were a mad, merciless people with a berserk-like rage and frenzy in battle. The term Furor Teutonicus has also been used in recent historical scholarship to describe this Viking Age war spirit, and it's deeply tied to the god Odin, or Wōdanaz, or Wōdanaz, Wotan, any of his names. His name literally means the frenzied one, or the possessed one, or the lord of the possessed, and partly what Odin actually represents in the myths is that he was believed to possess people in this spiritual frenzy, this ecstasy, or this warlike frenzy. We even have another god, Hermóðir, which is literally the war spirit of the army, directly translated. So it's deeply interwoven in our native culture and religion. Fast forward 1,000 years, a couple of scholars, more than a couple actually, there's quite a few, but the most recent one being Carl Jung, he wrote how he believed that the war spirit of Wotan, Odin, possessed the Germanic people as a nation in the 1930s and 40s. Crazy stuff, whatever, don't believe it if you don't want. But he has a couple really interesting essays on the subject that are very entertaining at the least. So when I see Kanye using this imagery, the Berserkers, the frenzy-battled warriors of the Norse and Germanic peoples, I think he's done this research himself, and, you know, what's he doing? Is he trying to wake up or inspire some of that war spirit? Who knows? The second thing, there's something I want to point out that most people aren't going to remember. If you guys remember a while back, Kanye was seen wearing a Burzum t-shirt. For those who don't know, Burzum is the solo music project of Wōdanaz, a man who is, well, just as notorious as Kanye, if not more, for his political beliefs and his thoughts on that period of history. He's also a musical genius, just like many people say about Kanye. Love him or hate him, you have to admit both of their musical gifts. But also, Weig is an author of some very deep works on Norse mythology, religion, sorcery, spiritual practices, and it also touches on the subject of this war spirit. Like it or not, he has great books. A lot of people in the community here get pissy when I speak about his books. Look, I read every book, okay? It doesn't mean I agree with authors and their every philosophy, their every word. Guess what? I've read Mein Kampf, I've read the Communist Manifesto too, I've read the Bible, I've read the Quran, I've read the Rig Veda. I read lots of books that I don't agree with. I like learning. Get over it. If that makes you mad, yeah, you can go ahead and keep censoring and book burning. But yeah, if you're not and you would like to read Weig's works, one of his most interesting ones is called Sorcery and Religion in Ancient Scandinavia. He writes about this exact topic, an interpretation of the Berserkers and the furs, the skins, and this warlike spirit, and lots more great stuff in that book. I wonder if Kanye has read some of those books. He bought his shirt, so maybe he bought his books too. It's maybe a little bit ironic since Kanye is a pretty devout Christian, but hey, I'd be interested in what he thinks about it, about our native pagan religion, especially after this most recent music video. But yeah, if you are new and you would like to learn more about our native pre-Christian beliefs, even if you are a Christian, you are welcome to the channel. There's far more similarities between our beliefs than you have been told. Lots of videos on my channel. I also have a book coming out in just a few days that you can find a link in the description about our gods, our beliefs, and even the almighty creator that us pagans also believed in. If you are interested in learning more directly from the sources, that is how I wrote that book. It's minimal fluff and basically all based on the sources that we have. A final word before I go. Do your research, everybody. Do your research. Do your research from the sources as close to the primary sources as possible, especially if something wakes up some sort of strong emotion inside of you, whether that be negative or positive. Do your research and then make up your mind. That's all I have to say about that. And yeah, welcome to this video. I think I'll be reaching a few more people than usual with this, but that's all for today. Vi ses nästa gång.